How does the law treat open marriages? Whether spouses have a free pass list, one spouse gets a hall pass, or spouses engage in polyamory, swinging, swapping, or polygamy, they are engaging in open marriages. Let's discuss ethically non-monogamous marriages, aka open marriages. There are plenty of societal changes that do not yet have any legal guidelines for when problems arise. When everything is going fine in an open or ethically non-monogamous marriage, there's no need to really worry about the legal consequences. However, things can get complex fast when those problems arise. The first question you may have is, what is an open or ethically non-monogamous marriage? The general implication for being open or ethically non-monogamous is that one or both persons within the marriage are having an intimate or dating relationship with at least one person outside of the marriage that is accepted behavior by both parties to the marriage. The sticky issue is that the laws for the state of Texas and the federal government do not address open or ethically non-monogamous marriages with any legal guidelines or definitions. There are no protections provided by either, which would give clear guidance on the outcome of any legal issue that arises because of a dispute within an open or ethically non-monogamous marriage. If your spouse is cool with you engaging in some extracurricular activities, is it still adultery? Yes. While the Texas Family Code does not define adultery, Texas case law has established that adultery means the voluntary sexual intercourse of a married person with one not the spouse. Again, this does not automatically create a legal issue, as there is no civil or criminal penalty for it in Texas. However, serious complications can arise during a divorce when someone has committed adultery. Texas allows for no-fault divorces, which just means that proving one spouse is at fault for the breakup of the marriage isn't necessary. However, if one side pleads a fault ground, the court may consider this in awarding a disproportionate share of the marital estate to the non-offending spouse. The court may grant a divorce in favor of one spouse if the other spouse has committed adultery. According to the definition provided by case law in Texas, any form of voluntary sexual intercourse outside of one spouse is automatically adultery and may be considered by the judge in deciding the divorce. While there may have been an agreement between the parties, this can devolve into a muddy mess if one side rescinds their acceptance. Additional difficulties may arise within an open or ethically non-monogamous marriage when one spouse exceeds the boundaries set within the relationship. Remember, the law states that all voluntary sexual intercourse outside of one spouse is adultery, regardless of the relationship boundaries set by the couple. Things get dicey when one spouse changes their mind about the openness of the marriage and divorce proceedings commence. When facing a divorce under these circumstances, it may explode and spiral into an us versus them dogfight. In a dogfight, everyone has a tendency to drag everything private to the light, either to attack the other side or to defend themselves. The Texas Family Code states, the defenses to a suit for divorce of recrimination and adultery are abolished. Condonation is a defense to a suit for divorce only if the court finds that there is a reasonable expectation of reconciliation. This clearly shows that the legislature does not view adultery as having a defense. As written, it takes all individuals seeking to have an amicable, open, or otherwise ethically non-monogamous marriage and groups them in with secret philanderers. This creates a loophole for any spouse who feels slighted to exploit for their own financial gain. For the second part, condonation is defined as a victim's express or implied forgiveness of an offense, especially by treating the offender as if there had been no offense. One spouse may express or imply forgiveness of a marital offense by resuming married life and sexual intimacy. For example, one spouse might impliedly forgive the other spouse's infidelity by continuing to live with him or her. However, in Texas, the defense of condonation is tied to a reasonable expectation of reconciliation, which means that it cannot be used as a defense without this consideration. This is unfortunate, as the partner now accusing adultery within the open or ethically non-monogamous marriage has the upper hand if the accused partner has little evidence of their expectation of reconciliation for their defense. You're getting ready for your day in court and are worried that the judge will throw the book at you for your adultery. Before you grab a cardboard box and say goodbye to your loved ones, you need to realize that it is not the end of your world. The bait and switch by your partner may hurt, but you need to understand exactly what it means when the court grants a divorce in favor of a spouse. What this means is that the non-defending spouse can get an uneven share of the community property. While the exact amount is up to the discretion of the court, it is aimed to compensate the not at fault spouse for what benefit they missed out on during the marriage and might have gained if the marriage had continued. It is aimed at the fault and its effects on causing the dissolution of marriage and not designed to be unjustly punitive in nature. As for your child, the court's focus is on their best interest. The best interest of the child shall always be the primary consideration of the court in determining the issues of conservatorship, possession of, and access to the child. While there is nothing in the law which says that the court cannot consider adultery when determining the child's best interest, the law also does not say that adultery by a parent is presumably against the best interest of the child. However, there is a big difference between a casual encounter away from the child and introducing the child to your extramarital partner as second mommy or daddy. This is a case-by-case type of issue, but since it is only one factor of many that the court may consider in determining the child's best interest, it should not affect your relationship with your child unless you have truly acted against their best interest. To prevent this tragedy, you need a good family law attorney. What other advice did you expect to get from a family law attorney? When it comes to open or otherwise ethically non-monogamous marriages, it is important to see what consequences you might face and how you and your marital partner can mitigate this before anything bad happens. A carefully worded prenuptial agreement could help you avoid any harm that comes from an adultery accusation. If you're already married, then you might be able to address some of these issues in a postnuptial agreement. Again, whether these are available options will depend on your specific circumstances. So please, get legal counsel that is tailored to your family's needs.